So Superman 2 is definitely a movie, and here's what I think about it. So starting off with the negatives this time around, Lex Luthor still isn't that interesting in this movie. I mean, he's acted well. I guess it's just the characterization of him just doesn't sit well with me for some reason. He's supposed to be this criminal mastermind, but he just doesn't seem that smart. He just seems like he's trying to scheme his way to the top. I don't know, it just doesn't seem like he's a worthy foe of Superman. Another negative thing for me is the romance between Lois Lane and Clark Kent just doesn't seem natural to me. I don't know, I guess the chemistry just doesn't work, at least in my eyes. I mean, it just happened so fast. There wasn't any hint that they were interested, or at least Lois Lane wasn't in the first movie. This movie's even shorter, so why they would fall in love so quick doesn't really make sense to me. And while the pacing is better in this movie, there is a little bit of in the middle that drags for me, mainly the romance part with Lois Lane and Clark Kent. I mean, it's just wasn't interesting, so it just dragged for me. And again, starting us off with the positives is the score. It's still amazing. It's still Superman music to everyone's ears, to everyone's minds, 40 years later. Christopher Reeve is still great as Clark Kent and Superman. There is a pretty funny scene where Lois Lane is convinced that Clark Kent is Superman, so she jumps in the river to try and force him to save her. But he doesn't fall for it, and he just follows her along the river in it being his quirky self, and it's just hilarious to me. And while General Zod and his sidekicks are very generic in their characterization, they are still much more menacing for Superman than Lex Luthor was in the first movie. So I find them to be better villains. The fights between Zod, his minions, and Superman are all entertaining, especially the one in the middle of Metropolis where he's trying to save all the humans and they're just constantly coming at him. It's so good. It's so good. It's great Superman stuff. This movie does a great job of blending a superhero who's fighting the bad guys, but he's also saving the people. A lot of superhero movies nowadays, they just skip all the saving people and they go straight to the big bad fights. It's great to see both in a movie. And while I didn't necessarily like that Superman decided to be human for a time, him going to the diner with Lois Lane and getting his butt kicked, his reaction to the fact that he's bleeding for the very first time was great. It was acted so well and it made a lot of sense for the character. And then seeing Superman as Clark Kent come back to face the bully, it was just so satisfying. I had the same reaction as everybody in that diner. Just awesome. It was just great. I just had a couple things that I had mixed feelings about. Mainly Superman deciding to be human for Lois Lane, even though I don't feel like the movies established their romance well enough to justify that decision. Another thing is all the Kryptonians throughout the first two movies have a lot of weird powers I had never heard of before. Being able to go invisible or teleport, being able to fly so fast that you twirl the earth the other direction. And then the weirdest one of all is the amnesia kiss. Since when can Superman give someone a kiss and they forget he's Superman? Doesn't make sense to me, but didn't take me out of the movie that much. It was just something weird. Not necessarily a negative, but it's not a positive either. Overall, I enjoyed Superman 2 much more than I did the first movie. When I want to watch a Superman movie or a superhero movie in general, I get a lot more of what I want out of it in this movie. So it's definitely a higher score for me. I'd give this one an 8 out of 10, or on Letterboxd a 4 out of 5. And I would definitely recommend this to any superhero fan. And thank you so much to anyone who's watching this. Don't forget to like, comment down below your thoughts on the movie, and don't forget to subscribe.